Hey y'all, happy Friday. So we've made it through another week and I can hardly wait to get to the rest or the next part of day 2 in our Psalm 1. I was going to mention the meeting. I always want to mention that because I don't ever want to miss an opportunity. So January 25th, we're having a face-to-face meeting in Dunn. The address is on our website, nancyjoe.org. I'd love for you to be with us. It's a free meeting. Just need to know you're coming so we can be sure we have enough seats. But if you just go to nancyjoe.org, you can see it right on the homepage. So all the information is there. It's going to be a time when I'll have live praise and worship, and then I'll bring a word, which I am just ready to break open with you all. So getting back to, we are here to be light and opening up our lives and allowing people to see the tough choices, making the tough choices, sticking with it. Let your light shine. This is Matthew 5:16. Before men, that they may see your moral excellence and your praiseworthy, notable, and good deeds, recognize, honor, and praise, and glorify your Father who is in heaven. So see, what you do matters, so that other people will see your moral excellence and your good deeds. People will see the things that you do and know whose you are. Now, some people get a little anxious when you start talking about letting God shine through you, like a city on a hill, this big, big attracting spotlight attention. Some are not attracted to the spotlight. They don't want to draw attention to themselves, and they think, if I'm salt or I'm a city on a hill, that's too many people looking at me. So here's a thought. When I put salt on my food, I'm not looking at the salt. I'm looking at the food. Did you ever think about that? If you put salt on your food and you look down at your food, it's not really like, oh, look, there's salt there, there. You're looking at your food. If I see a bright city in the dead black of night, I'm not actually looking at the city, but the beauty of the light shining out. And well, having just come through Christmas, how many Christmas lights, how many times did we go look through Christmas lights or drive to see Christmas lights or find Christmas lights, and we're just almost enthralled by the beauty that the light produces. Well, we didn't see the houses, we saw the lights. We were attracted to the lights, not so much the houses, but the lights. And that's what this says. If I see a bright city in the dead of night, I'm not actually looking at the city, but I'm looking at the beauty of the light shining out. What I'm trying to say is, it's not about the city and it's not about the salt. It's about the effect that the salt has on the food. And it's about the light showing off the works of God's hands. It is never about the individual, but the work done through us, through you and me as vessels. If there is no light in the city, it's dark and it's not of any use. If salt doesn't add flavor, then it's worthless. We are to be different. We are to make a difference. People should be able to look at us and know that there is something very different about us. Our source, excuse me, y'all. Our source of joy and peace is not found in this world. And our direction doesn't come from anything found in natural knowledge, but from the very presence of the living God, the presence that dwells within us, and it is Him. So Acts 17:28. Let's go there as we finish out this week. Acts 17:28 tells us that for in Him we live and move and have our being, as even some of your own poets have said, for we are His offspring. But in Him we live and move and have our being. And then Galatians 2:20, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave Himself for me. So if you're ever, if you do have an aversion to the spotlight, because it is not about us, it's all about Him. That's it. that it's in him I live and move and have my being, that old things are passed away, all things become new. And this, in Galatians 2:20, Nancy Joe has been crucified with Christ, and everything that is left of her, it's because of him. And so the life that I now live, it's him that lives in me. It's the new born again spirit. And so it sometimes I do have that, the enemy comes with that pressure to constrict the gate of why I shouldn't do this, and why I should be more careful doing that, and why this is not something that I need to do. So many things. But it's not about me. And it's certainly not about the enemy. It is about Jesus Christ, and it is about growing deeper in revelation knowledge of him. It's about him revealing himself to us. And we've said this before, if one person gets to know him a little bit more, then it was worth every single effort. Now, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.